So it's been a really exciting time to be part of QPR Women this year. So over the summer we took on the department of the women's team and brought it under the umbrella of the club, which was a really nice piece to align our teams for our men's teams, our women's teams, our boys and our girls, which is the first time that we've been able to do that. So it's a really nice opportunity for our women's players, but also the staff that have been a part of that as well. So as part of that integration, we brought our women's senior team on site. So they've been training at our training ground, which is obviously a really nice opportunity for them to be training on the same facilities that our men's do, that our academy does as well. So what's come with that is that our players have been training out on the grass pitches that we've got here. We've transitioned from a model of training 2 times a week to transition to 3 times a week, so they've taken on more of a hybrid model. So as part of that, they've also had performance opportunities, so enjoying some of the facilities that we've got on site with the performance gym, access to some of our medical rooms, our hydrotherapy rooms. So essentially what we've tried to do is give our women's team as many tools and opportunities as possible to go on to a really competitive season.
One of the benefits is that we've had access to the gym, which has been really helpful to, at the start, when we do our activation work, to have a smooth transition, and to being able to go out onto the pitches, which are is a better surface compared to last season when we was playing on AstroTurf. And another thing that I would say is that even after playing on the pitch, we have the opportunity to come down back into the gym, to be able to do more gym work, but also for those that maybe have injuries and stuff like that, they have the opportunity to stretch. Whereas last season it was very turn up to training, you're on the pitch and then you're straight home, which kind of could have had a negative impact on some people, as you can seize up on your way home and stuff like that.
George and myself work across a wide range of age groups, so have some experience of what we've done with the boys, what's been successful and what the club has done for ages. So we try to bring that into the women's team. So before every training session, we get the girls to fill out a really simple form, just asking them how fatigued they are, how well they slept the night before, and any other issues they might have, just so we can start to build a picture following the game and before we put them on the grass. We've also brought in some testing that we do, so we use the valve systems a lot, doing counter movement jumps, again something that we do from the men's first team all the way down to the under 9s, just to see like any sort of fatigue that they've built up. With the menstrual cycle, there's so much differing research surrounding how much you should look into it and how much you need to incorporate that into your training programme. So it's I've spoken to people at Man City and someone else at Chelsea who work with the WSL teams, just to find out what provisions they have in place, and have started to incorporate that with the girls. So just looking at the different phase of the cycle that they're on, how that might impact their performance in training, and also making sure that they're 100% ready for that game on the Sunday, which is obviously the most important part of the week.
Yeah, I think this has been my first season being a part of the women's team and working within women's football. And I think what's been really eye-opening for me is some of the challenges they face around their day-to-day life. So we have some of our players that are firefighters, that are lawyers, that are working in the medical profession. So we've got a real array, real different backgrounds of all of our players. Others are students, others have a whole variety of roles outside of the training ground. So we have to bear in mind that our players they have a full-time profession elsewhere. So for me, I think that's probably been really insightful to really see some of the challenges that they have to face coming here 3 times a week, alongside balancing not just their professional lives but their personal lives as well. A lot of our players have got families and partners and lives at home as well. So for us, that's something they've got to consider when they're coming in the training from 7 till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
I think in one way the club has supported me. So I'm a 3rd year student, so it's quite busy. So people like Will have allowed me to come onto the facility at a much earlier time to get my work done, and also being able to have access to the gym, which I feel is quite useful, because many people, as us ladies, still have to work or still have other commitments. So having the opportunity to be able to come to site earlier or just before has been really useful.
So I think with the girls, I make sure that I've spoken to each of them individually, because a lot of them will have a different gym age and how much gym they've done in the past with different clubs that they've potentially been at. And obviously with the women moving from the trust over to the training ground, we've got access to the gym here. So just making sure that each girl understands what's in their gym programme, the importance of following a gym programme and how that's going to benefit them on a match day as well. And making sure that there's things in there that are tailored for any previous injuries that they've had, any area that they want to focus on individually, and making sure that they enjoy themselves as much as possible when they are in that gym setting.
As I mentioned before about the gym, we have people like Lucy and Amy that are actually in the gym with us, helping out, which is really useful because some of the girls which might be a bit younger, also older, may have not ever had the experience to be in a gym facility, so that's also helped. And I would say having the opportunity to have 2 physios, Lucy and George, that's helped because last season we was only down to 1 physio, sharing it with the reserves, which kind of got a bit hectic. And Lucy and George have also helped us in the way of you can come to see them earlier, so it's not affecting your training time. Whereas last season you were getting pulled out of your training session, and also management having 3 main coaches, that's also helped with the setup and just getting all the girls going. So it's been a positive change.